Hi, this is Mark and welcome back to day 7 of our 30-day Qi Gong journey. We're back to the normal routine and we will just continue with basic movement exercises, a light stretch, then we'll follow up with a little bit of standing meditation and we'll look at the next couple of poses and do a little bit more of the details there just to make sure the hands are in the correct alignment. Then we'll come back to our 2 Qigong postures, boat rowing in a stream of air and traveling eastwards across the ocean. And we'll just spend a little bit of time with each one of those running through. We'll finish with some seated meditation this time, right? So just sitting meditation, doing breath counting again. So this will just be another session where we'll just build on what we've got. Maybe a few small variants, a couple of different stretches, but basically we're just going to try to practice, build our routine and make sure that we're happy and comfortable with what we've done so far. So let's get straight into it. Bend your knees slightly, hips tucked under, hands floating in front, and we start with gathering Qi. Breathe in as the hands come up. Out as they go down. Just a couple more. And last one. Go into the next one. Hands come together. Look at the top hand as it pushes up. Slight separation of the shoulder blades. And back together. Breathe in, breathe out. Hold for a second, back the other way. Really nice this one if the shoulders are feeling a bit tight and you don't have much movement in the scapula. Just moving through that range of motion, letting the shoulder blades separate, pull apart a little bit with a slight twist through the body. Next one, small scoop, breathe in and out. Fix the hands, spread the fingers a little bit, arms stay bent, look up through the hands, push through the shoulders. Hold for a second, then relax, arms coming down, up, down, small scoop, breathe in and out. Fix the hands, keep the arms bent, look up through the hands, push through the shoulders. Relax, hands go yin, elbows fall, up, down, last one. Good. Good. All right, let's move on with some of our silk reeling exercises. So we're going to start off with the swing again. So feet maybe just a little tad wider, bend your legs, and remember we're going to fully separate, right? So this leg comes just slightly off the ground, right? So the weight fully shifts over to this side, fully shifts, right? A common mistake, and then you don't want to lean either, right? So it's not like this, right? So the body stays vertical, but the weight shifts from one side to the other. So. Just nice and loose and continuous. Slowly slow it down. Right, we're going to do one new one today. So we're going to do the teacup exercise, okay? Just with one hand today. So hold your hand flat, like you've got a cup of tea at the bottom, holding in there. And the aim is to not spill your tea, right? So it starts, it bends inwards, rotates round, comes up all the way above the head, and then round in front. So left, over the top, and in front. Left, right, left, right. To the turn of the weights. Left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, right. This one's a little bit trickier, yeah. Don't worry if you don't get it straight away. So slowly. You may notice it's got a little bit of a forward and backs lean as well. That's a little bit more complicated, this one, because we're all on top of going side to side. If I exaggerate, this is a lot of side to side. Yeah, we're also going, if I exaggerate again, forward and back. But we're doing both of those together. Yeah, nice, good. Other side. We always try and train both sides equally. We have a left and a right hemisphere of our brain. They're involved in different things and they correspond to different parts of the sides of the body. So if we only train one side, we're not getting the full possibility of training our coordination and missing out on some of the possible benefits. So slowly again, front, turn, 1, 2. You see the whole time I'm not spilling my tea. Yeah, if I had a teacup, making sure I'm not spilling a drop. Yeah, you don't want when it comes up here, you're tipping over, right? You still got your tea, precious tea, in the cup. Good. Everything should be nice and warm and loose and limber. Let's just have a little stretch, and now that we've got some blood moving around the system and everything's warmed up a little bit, now is the time to stretch and lengthen those soft tissues. All right, so we're going to start. We're going to do a neck pull. So just do a static neck stretch. So head comes over towards the shoulder. Keep the shoulder down. Pull, and then the other arm is like pulling down into the ground. Just hold there for a few seconds. Head comes up, back over to the other side, pull down, make sure the shoulder's down, and then pull this other arm down. Good. Okay, we'll do some rotations through the arms. So this one twists up this way, spirals, and the other one goes in the opposite direction. Yeah, don't bring the shoulders up, keep the shoulders down, and feel like you're pulling the shoulder blades apart and really stretching through the arms and spiraling. Then twist in the opposite direction, hold there for a second or two. Twist in the opposite direction. Twist in the opposite direction. Good, okay, we'll do some arm swings. So stand one leg in front of the other, and then it's big circle. I step back a little bit so you can see. Big circle all the way past the ear. Full range of motion in the shoulder. Swinging backwards and forwards. Just 10 of these. Good. And then change, go the other way. One leg slightly in front of the other, just like sort of a light high lunge. And we go backwards to start off with. Full range of motion. And the other way. Right, okay, let's do a toe touch. We'll do a forward bend. So feet shoulder width apart, bend from the hips, going down, keep going, Go to the halfway position to start with. Just let your arms hang here. And then let that go. And go all the way down. Feel the stretch through the lower back, calf, hamstrings, all the way down to the toes. Just do a few deep breaths here. Every time you breathe out, just relax a little bit more.
over the left foot. Just hovering over the left foot. Change over to the right foot. Should feel this more on the sort of the other opposite side, lower back. So if I'm hovering over the right foot, I feel it in the left side, lower back. And then just wherever you can grab, so if you can get behind your knees, that's fine. If you can get behind your ankles, that's even better. And just slightly pull through and just put a little bit of traction just to extend and deepen the stretch. Good, bend the knees, hands come up, and everything together. Do a light counter stretch, so we'll just bend the other way, just a little bit from the hips. And rock forward. Great, awesome. And we'll just do some rotational stretches of the hips. So hands can support the lower back or on the hips, and then just really drive around the whole way. Good, change direction, other way. Good, okay, have a little shake. Let that all loosen off. Good, okay. Let's carry on with our standing meditation. So today, let's look at the next two postures. So we've got the son and the daughter pose. Okay, so remember that this one was the mother pose, this one is the father, this one's the eldest son, and this one's the daughter. Right, so and it's like the low mother posture. Right, so again, they're related to the different trigrams from the I Ching, but it doesn't really matter. The theory is not important. It's just that these are a range of different postures that allows the positions of the shoulders, hands and arms, and all the different ways that the elbow can be held to go through a range of different static poses. On just a purely physical level, the shoulder operates in a range of different positions, right? So you can have these kind of like round embracing type movements. You've got things where you're like pushing and shoving, and you've got other positions where one hand is curving down, this kind of thing, and then this one is kind of more like a low hold version of this one, right? So the shoulder is the most complicated joint in the body. So if we're doing what we're doing from a Western sort of perspective is a form of sort of isometric hold, where we're trying to open up and strengthen the shoulder joint through a range of motions that it might be in, and so working with our hands, typing, pressing or pushing things. These are all very common movements. So if we hold in these different positions, we can build particular static strength in the muscles, tendons and joints in those positions. There's also a whole load of other sort of Chinese medical Qi and other explanations for the particular postures, right? But just give you the basics to start off with. It's also a good way to keep you standing there for longer, because ultimately the main benefit of standing is for the postural benefits of standing, right? So is aligning and strengthening the postural muscles. So anything that you can do to make you stand a little bit longer, change your hands, distract you, something like that is great, right? So don't get too caught up in the hand positions, but it is good to get these positions and alignments correct. So let's look at this one, right? So this one is really important for shoulder health, because a lot of people, when they do this position, they push their shoulder joint up, right? So in order to do this is, you're putting the shoulder joint into a difficult position, right? So a lot of People, they won't even do things like upright rows anymore because, it's going to damage your shoulder. You don't want to do that. So if you don't want to put weight-bearing exercises through a rotated shoulder, the very least you can do is get the body used to having a rotated shoulder position in a static position, right? Because then the shoulder can descend, the chest can relax, and the body can get used to this position, feeling comfortable, right? And working through any issues there might be, lack of strength or mobility. So key points for this one, shoulders down, right? A lot of people, when they do this happens, right? So shoulders down, or you can kind of get cheats where if you don't have the mobility in the shoulder, you can cheat with the thoracic spine. So you can kind of lean forward is very common, like this kind of thing, hunching, or some people also lean back to get this position, right? So spine stays straight. You're going to be here. And then what happens is this one it curves in, forwards and down, right? And the same, you always have this slight fanning of the hands. So in Qigong, again, because it's got this great sensation where each finger is pulling apart slightly from the other one. It's like you're reaching to shake hands with somebody, right? It's not tight, tense like this. Yeah, it's just as though I was just about to go and do a handshake, right? So you've got that slight extension in the fingers. Elbows are bent, wrist is relaxed. Yeah, so, but not completely floppy, just soft. Yeah, okay. And then in the lower posture, we want a feeling like we're holding a beach ball, right? So again, you see they've got that rounded sensation, round like you're catching and holding a ball. And then in this one, same as in this one, chest relaxes, but chest relaxes without collapsing the posture. So the back and neck and everything is still straight, and then you hold the ball down in front of the dantian, just around 2 inches below the navel. Excellent. So bend your knees slightly, tuck your hips under, and we'll just do a few gathering chi. Hands out, and then chest sinks and relaxes. Good. Going on to the next posture, breathe in, and then breathe out and change. Palms in front of shoulders, palms forward, wrists pull back gently, expand the fingers, drop the elbows, chest relaxed. Next one, breathe in, breathe out. Hands come in, fold, rotate, fingers slightly extended, wrist relaxed, elbows bent but springy, shoulders down, chest relaxed. It's a lovely posture, this one. Often feels like almost like water is flowing down from the shoulders to the fingertips.
Good, last one. Breathe in and change. Roll, drop the elbows, expand, feel like there's a ball in the hands. Relax the chest, head up, chin up, and breathe. Good. Hands gently descend. If you want to, you can spend a little bit of time in this posture as well, but today we're just going to close. Good. Feet together. Breathe out as you stand up. Good. Excellent. Yeah, that's going well. We'll just add a few more details, small sort of either technical, energetic, breathing, postural details, alignments, etc., to your standing meditation. We're not going to mess with the routine too much. There's an unlimited number of hand postures, and you can stand in all sorts of different ways. But in this series, we're just going to try and keep it simple, build up that regular practice, and I'll give you a few coaching and sort of programming notes about how to continue to build standing meditation into a regular practice. Good. All right, let's continue with our sort of longer Qigong exercises. So we're going to do both again, boat rowing in a stream of air and traveling eastward through the ocean. Just going to get on with it today. So feet double shoulder width apart, bend the knees slightly. Remember, it's not a squat, it's more like a deadlift. Sit back, start slow, and go. I just need to be a tad wider. Yeah. Just keep going. If you get a bit tired, you can always pause for a second, take a few breaths. Or you can make the movement a little bit smaller if you're struggling. But ultimately we want to be able to build up some endurance in the legs. strengthen the lower back. Just do a couple more. Last one. Okay, good. All right, traveling eastward through the ocean. So bring the legs in, feet a little bit narrower, bend the legs a little bit, start slightly rounded and begin, remember, it's got that rocking side to side feeling. So you start, the elbow starts to move, and then it pulls the rest of the body. That's it. Just follow along as best you can. And slowly coming down. Good, excellent. Okay, good. So we'll just carry on with those two over time and just build up a little bit of a routine. So I'll continue to add, there'll be a couple of extra movements in this set. I'm not going to do the whole set because it'll take our whole half an hour, but we'll probably build up to about 3 or 4 movements by the end of the sequence, maybe 5, yeah, because it comes from a much longer set called the Shenzhen, right? Good. Okay, let's finish off with some of our seated meditation. So, as I said before, if you can sit in a chair, that's ideal, and then you can have everything nice and straight. If you're going to sit on the perch on the edge of a sofa like me, and you want to have a nice sort of flat parallel here, you can go for a high leg cross. If you're one of those people that's got fantastic mobility and you can cross your legs really well, you can sit on the floor yoga style, all power to you. So whichever way you are, the key thing is we don't need to get into a crazy sitting position. We just want to be comfortable in a position where you're supporting your own weight, your spine, and it's straight and vertical. In the hand position, like I said, there's a number of different options. You can go on the knees. I quite like this clasp here, and this one as well. So one palm just on top of the other one here. I'm going to go with this one today. So one is yang and one is yin. So you've got the two together, right? Just like in the Tai Chi symbol. So sit up straight. Feel like the base of your spine is connecting to the floor. And to start with, we're just going to scan downwards and do a quick body scan.
And just if you see any tension, just observe it, then let it go. Then we're going to focus on the inside of the eyes for a second. Just let go of any visualizations or images. And then we're going to do some seated meditation with the count. Okay, so close your eyes. Just take a deep breath. Good. Just start at the top of your body and slowly scan down. We're not going to change anything today, we're just going to notice. So just slowly feeling the physical sensations in the body. Starting at the top of the head, running down, back of the head, forehead, eyes, nose, mouth, in the face. Just bring your awareness there. Notice any tension, lightness, any feelings that you might have. And slowly scan downwards. Observe the neck, front of the neck, back of the neck, shoulders, shoulders nest, back of the shoulders, top of the arms, outside of the arms, biceps, triceps, lats, armpits, middle of the back, chest. Coming down further, diaphragm, mid-back, belly, lower back, and base of the spine. Just observe the whole body. Bring your awareness to your closed eyes and just notice anything that you can see. If you see any images or shapes, just observe them and then let that go. Just watching the velvety blackness of your closed eyes. Now bring your attention to your focus and we're going to count. Breathe in and out. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. If you want at this point, you can continue. Just bring the count back to 1 and start again for as many times as you like. Now we're going to finish. Bring your attention back to your physical body and slowly open the eyes. And you can move a little bit and adjust if you like. Good. Excellent. Another good session. I feel very calm and relaxed. Yesterday was one of my heavy training days, so
I was a bit stiff going into it. I was saying, oh, my lower back feels a bit tight because I was weight training yesterday. So yeah, feel really good now. Everything's loosened off. Please continue to follow along. If you've got any questions, any experiences, anything you want to share with other people that are doing the course, please do post up. I'd love to hear from you, love to hear how it's going. And of course, questions, comments, suggestions, I really would love to hear that as well. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to me. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on the next day, day 8 of our 30-day Qi Gong journey. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.